Hey, my Liptons. I just want to give a disclaimer and a warning. Um, for this video, there's gonna be a lot of cursing in this video. There's gonna be a lot of cursing. There's gonna be a lot of shade thrown. So if you're not into that kind of like profanity kind of video, I honestly suggest that you click out of this video and probably go watch my other videos. So technically this video is more so for the losers, the stir losers, the antis, the weirdos in my Twitter mentions who, well, actually, she was in my YouTube comments, and then I don't know, I don't know who this person is, ended up coming to my Twitter and started going off on me on Twitter. So, this is for those kind of people. Okay, so for my Liptons, love y'all down. If y'all are not into the profanity, I suggest y'all click out. Okay, because there's gonna be out of my character in this video. And if you guys are into that stuff, I guess you stay tuned and see why I'm pressed and mad right now. Okay, before I get to the nitty gritty of this video, right? I had a few I had one particular comment where like they were pressed, they were mad what I had to say about Stefan and Caroline as a couple. Now, I said in my previous video that I did in Stefan and Caroline, I said that and I didn't blame them. I didn't blame what Candace, whatever, Paul, and I know Candace was a fan of Steroline, so whatever, I know people are gonna throw that in my face, like, oh, well, Candace was a fan. Okay, girl, I know Candace was a fan, whatever. That's them. But for me as a fan, and me as a fan of Vampire Diaries, I said that I thought it didn't make sense that the TVD writers put Stefan and Caroline together as a couple because I see them as a sibling best friends relationship. I did not see them as lovers or anything like that. I thought it was weird. I kind of threw up in my mouth a little bit when they went that route. That's what I said. I didn't blame the fans because listen, at the end of the day, there's gonna be fans of every shit, of any TV show at the end of the day. Like it's bound to happen. So I didn't blame the fans. If the fans loved it, kudos to them. Whatever. I just thought for me the writers were like kind of trash for it. So I was low key. I was mostly blaming the writers than I was the fans for shipping it. Whatever. So okay, let me get to the facts of the situation. Right. A lot of people are saying, oh well, they were endgame. They were endgame. They were endgame. Okay. Here's why I feel like, and I found this article. This is from Screen Rant. Okay, this is from Rachel Fortskitch. I'm so sorry, but her name is right here. So this person wrote an article as to why the Vampire Diaries, 10 reasons why Stefan and Caroline weren't soulmates. Okay, and I'm gonna read this whole thing because this is gonna be a long video, and I want to go into detail. The Vampire Diaries paired Stefan and Caroline together during the later seasons, but they weren't right for each other, and it was clear. Okay, this article was published in 2021, so this was last year. Caroline has several love interests throughout the Vampire Diaries, which that's a whole other video, y'all. That's a whole other video. The Vampire Diaries and her relationships were a major part of the series, and in unsurprising twist, Caroline married Stefan Salvatore, a romance that didn't seem like a possibility until the latter half of the show. Stefan turned to Caroline after his breakup with Elena, and they formed a strong friendship that many fans enjoyed. Okay, while the best relationships are often built on friendship, not all friends are romantically compatible, which that's where I fall under. Okay, that's where I believe for me. Pairing Stefan and Caroline together wasn't just viewed as a detrimental to their friendship, but to their characters. Steroline was a fun concept to explore, but the relationship was full of red flags that proved they weren't meant to be. Okay? So these are the 10 reasons. Stefan only saw Caroline as a friend. And I said this in my previous video that I did on Stefan and Caroline. I said, Stefan saw Caroline as a friend. When Caroline was falling for Stefan wasn't looking at her like that. Like, go back and watch. Okay. Stefan had always made it clear that he didn't like Caroline romantically. He had never done anything to contradict this. He told Damon flat out that he didn't see her in that way, considering that Caroline reminded Stefan of his dead best friend, Lexi. The jokes write themselves at this point. His feelings made sense. Even on the first day they met, he told Caroline the two of them would never happen. In theory, this is one of the best full circle moments in Vampire Diaries, but the irony doesn't hit the way it should. Okay, and this, in all in all, this basically tells it all as it is, you know. Let's move on. Number 2, Stefan left town and ignored her for months. Damon was one of the most important person in Stefan's life. His death obviously took a toll on him. It wasn't surprising that he left town as a form of escapism, but he didn't listen to any of Caroline's messages or even reach out to see how she was doing. Stefan wasn't the only person who lost someone. Caroline was grieving Bonnie while trying to help Elena cope with Damon's death. Stefan not only rejected Caroline's willing shoulder to cry on, but he didn't care enough to be there for her even when she needed him. Okay? Stefan wanted to reject her after the first kiss. If a kiss is the turning point of any relationship that is straddling in the line, and it was only natural that Stefan and Caroline see if there was something more between them. To Stefan, it was confirmed he only saw Caroline as a friend. He made plans to reject her, but he put the conversation on hold after her mom's death. Stefan changed his mind after witnessing Caroline sing at her mother's funeral and felt like his change of heart was related to her grief more than it was her beautiful performance. I told y'all, Stefan, this was a gratitude relationship. We just need to call it what it is. This is a gratitude relationship that was steroline, okay? Hey, let me help you out. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah. Like, it was not giving what it was supposed to give in this relationship. Caroline had to pressure Stefan to be with her. The way they make Caroline so desperate and a pick me. I'm so mad. And honestly, I'm not mad at. I'm more mad at Julie Plec and her writers. They made Caroline such a pick-me in the later seasons of Vampire Diaries. It pisses me off how much she turned into this, like, desperate woman girl. Like, I hated it. If Caroline hadn't pushed Stefan, it is unlikely that they never would have gotten together. The best things in life are worth fighting for, but Caroline shouldn't fight for someone who wasn't willing to fight for her. Exactly. It quickly spread throughout the entire friend group that Caroline liked Stefan, and Stefan was constantly interrogated about his relationship with her. No matter how many times he expressed that he didn't want to be with Caroline, someone would always bring up the situation back up, whether genuinely developed feelings for Caroline or not. Stefan clearly felt pressured and guilted into a relationship with her. I told y'all this. What I told you? I told y'all this. Go back to my storyline video. I told y'all. Elena was the love of Stefan's life, and I believe this too. This is why I'm team Stelena. There is an abundance of scenes that prove that Stefan and Elena were soulmates. I still believe that. No matter which Salvatore fans wanted Elena with, it was indisputable that Stefan never loved anyone as much as he loved her. Their relationship was unlike any other, and they were the heart of the show from day one. Yep, I believe that. Elena and Caroline are separate people, so it is not abnormal that Stefan's romance with each of them was different. But viewers have seen what Stefan is like when he's in love with someone and how he's treated Caroline with nothing in comparison. Child, let's get into it. This article is spilling all the tea. I love it. They had no romantic chemistry. One of the biggest complaints fans have when it comes to Steroline is their lack of chemistry. They weren't any sparks between them, and every scene shared felt bland. Exactly. Even Stefan's proposal to Caroline was lacking, especially considering her personality. Caroline loves going all out, and there's no doubt her dream proposal would have been something epic. Stefan did give good intentions, but showing her the ring and genuinely asking, "Do I really need to say it?" was a mood killer. Wow, I actually don't remember him saying that. Did he really say that shit? I guess it's Caroline deserves someone who would move heaven and earth to make her happy. But Stefan always did the bare minimum. They hooked up the first time when their emotions were off. Yeah. Everything about Stefan and Caroline's relationship was a mess. It is the Vampire Diaries so a certain level of messiness seems to be a requirement in all relationships. But this was on an entirely different level. Although he did change his mind, Caroline could tell Stefan was planning to reject her. She shut off her humanity following her mother's funeral and later forced Stefan to shut off his. They antagonized each other and had hate sex while their switches were flipped. which isn't a very loving way to start a relationship. Caroline didn't cross Stefan's mind when he planned to start over somewhere new. Stefan makes a quick return to Mystic Falls to take revenge on Enzo. La 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 la. Okay, to clear, he didn't think of Caroline at all making this decision, nor did he care enough to. Caroline is left to tears upon realizing how little she means to her best friend. Yada yada yada. Their relationship was one-sided. Is this the last one? Okay, I got one more to go. Hold on. So the relationship was one-sided. Equality is everything. And if one person cares more than enough, more than the other, it's not going to work. Caroline put everything into her relationship with Stefan, while he gave her nothing in return. After becoming a vampire, Caroline turned into a strong, independent woman who wouldn't be caught dead wasting her time on someone who didn't treat her right. Caroline pinning for Stefan, especially during times when he wanted nothing to do with her, wasn't the same character viewers had come to love. They were only together because Klaus left the show. Let's get into it. Okay, I'm so happy this is the last one. Caroline and Klaus remain one of the most popular romances in the Vampire Diaries universe. And not only did Damon and Elena Damon and not only and only Damon and Elena could steal a chance against them when it comes to fan favorite relationships. And I'm gonna get to that part. Klaus and Caroline were both better people when they were when they were with each other. Klaus began to show compassion, something he hadn't done for centuries. He pushed Caroline to embrace her true self, even the parts she wasn't proud of. Klaus and Caroline were originally supposed to end up together, but Klaus left the series to star in the originals. If Klaus and Caroline had remained in the same show, there is no doubt that they would have ended up together. Stefan and Caroline being each other's only option wasn't a good reason for the writers to throw them together. And let me tell you something. This article 8, shout out to Rachel, okay? Shout out to Rachel. She did what she needed to do with this article. And she said everything I needed to say. This is why I believe that Steroline was doomed. Now, on to the Steroline fans. Okay? Because y'all really, well, this one person, listen, and I'm going to just keep it honest, okay? I do not know if this person is like a teenager, like a kid. That's the thing. Like, I can't really go too hard because it's like, I don't know if this person is a kid. So it's like, oh, am I really about to, really drag a child behind the screen? But then again, at the same time, it's like, okay, well, children also need to be disciplined as well. So, listen, I need to promote my YouTube channel and everything, right? So, I'm promoting my YouTube channel, right? And I'm promoting the video right here. I promoted the video. And this is the video you guys need to go watch as to see why, I'm going off right now. And I wrote this. I said why the TVD writers are trash for, doing whatever. This person right here, because the only reason why I'm showing the person's name is because this person, and I wouldn't have never done this had this person not called me out my name, okay? So this person comes in there, and mind you, she found me on YouTube, whatever. We had like a little friend fodder on YouTube, but it never like resorted to name calling or anything like that. And plus, I wasn't going to make this second video had I known it would have gotten to this point. But this person not only came to my YouTube comments, but found me on Twitter, ends up going off on me, just dragging me. Well, mind you, I was asleep. So my mentions were blew up in the morning, right? So I wake up and I'm just like, wait a minute. I know you're not coming into my comment section. So I start, doing some friendly trolling. So I start putting GIFs of Caroline. You see right here, there's me right here putting GIFs of Caroline. You can see it right here. I'm just making fun of Klaus right here. I'm just making fun. I'm just, right here. So that's me. So that's how I try to keep it as, because I'm not trying to really do anything crazy. So I end up saying, oh, so the sterile losers, obviously that's Steroline, are in my comment section pressed and bothered over me saying Steroline made me throw up in my mouth. Caroline is the people's choice. Get with the winning team. Watch, comment, and subscribe. And I said, watch my video to this video, right? So I also said, yeah. So then this person keeps going off, right? And this person, she takes it to another level. I don't know, he, she, I keep saying she because I don't know who this is. As you can see, you can read the post here. So I said, okay, well, I'm gonna be, I said I'm gonna be doing a video on steroline now because of you, right? So I said, okay, well, make sure you're up, ready, and up and stuck. Make sure you're up to see my video. And then this person ends up calling me a B word and a bastard and a bitch. And here's the thing, right? Let me just say this, okay? I've made videos about not only steroline, of course. I made videos about Stefan and Delena. I made videos about Cammy from the originals. I made videos about Caroline. Like, I made so many videos, right? And not only that, just outside of the Vampire TVD universe, I made videos about, Kelly Rowland, Chris Brown, like, so many things. There have been people who have disagreed with me. Like wrestling videos, there have been people that disagreed with me, come in my comment section, like, hey, I don't really agree with this. Here's why, da da da, and like I'll, give them a little back and forth and see. Let me share my point, that sort of thing. Never have those conversations led to them calling me out my name. Anybody and the thing with me, I keep my comment sections open. I want everybody to have a dialogue. I want everybody to speak their mind, say what it is. I encourage that. But once you start calling me out my name, that's when I need to keep the same energy with you. Since you want to go low, I'm going to take it all the way to the floor with you. Okay? At the end of the day, we got to remember too, y'all. These are fictional characters. This is a teen fictional show with vampires, werewolves, and witches, okay? These things are not real. When I make videos about steroline, like Stefan and Caroline, I'm talking this as a fan of a show that I don't mean this in a in a real life, like, hey, like, yeah, like this, we gotta go to war for this couple. No. At the end of the day, these things aren't real. So it's like the fact that you will call me out my name over me just having friendly fodder or just me having a video about Stefan and Caroline really just shows how like miserable and insecure that you are. And it shows that, honestly, and let's take the real life situation away. It shows that you guys are really not secure in your place as far as like steroline being like endgame for y'all. Let's be very clear. People are gonna be like, oh well, steroline won. Yeah, won. So what's the issue? What's the issue? Stefan and Caroline won. What's the issue? They were endgame. What's the issue? So if I want to come out here and make a video saying why I feel like they should have never been a couple to begin with, why are y'all coming in my comments going off? Y'all won. Let me have the criticism. The people who won don't need to, I guess, quote unquote, lower yourself to talk to, I guess, people like me who their ships were an endgame. You see that? And here's another problem that I have with a lot of these people that ship Stefan and Caroline, right? When I first got on Twitter, right, and this is before I really started doing my YouTube channel, I remember following these Klaus and Caroline pages on YouTube, on Twitter and everything. And I was like, yo, and I started to notice, like, people who shipped, like, Damon and Elena, or, like, Klaus and Camille, that sort of thing. I remember they used to come at the people who shipped Klaus and Caroline a lot. Especially for some reason, Damon and Elena. They used to come at the people who shipped Klaus and Caroline, like, non-stop. Right? And for some reason, I always noticed that it was always the people who shipped Klaroline, the people who shipped Klaus and Caroline together were always the ones defending Caroline. They were always the ones defending Caroline. They were always the ones in the trenches. I barely, if not ever, never ever saw any people that shipped Stefan and Caroline together really fight for Caroline like that. So here's my thing. Do y'all really ship her? Ship them? Do you guys really stand Caroline? Do you guys really stand this couple? Because what's the tea? If y'all only fighting, the Klaroline fans, the ones that ship Klaus and Caroline, so are you really a fan? What's the tea? So that's why I don't respect y'all. And that's why I feel like y'all full of shit. Okay? That's why I feel like y'all full of shit. And let me tell you this one. Let me just say this one thing to that person that, was doing all that huffing and puffing on Twitter. Because I don't know if you are a child. I honestly do not know if you're a child. Because I don't want to like go off on you too hard. Because it looks bad on me at the end of the day. Because it's like, you just stood up. But I will say this. If you come in my comment section one more time and you start huffing and puffing, if you start huffing and puffing in my comment section on YouTube or on Twitter, I will drag the ever-living shit out of you. Okay? Even children need to be disciplined. Do not play with me. Okay? If you want to disagree, we can have disagreements. I'm all for that. I'm all for free speech and all that extra shit. But if you come in my comment section calling me a bitch, calling me a bastard, first of all, there are real bastards out here. Okay? There are real bastards out here. You call me out my name one more time, I'm going to get into it with you. Okay? I let me just make that clear. Because I wasn't going to go down in the trenches with you. In the beginning, I was keeping it cute. But if you come around, because I know you're going to be here. I know you're going to come around because for some reason you're miserable. It seems like you're not secure within yourself and within the people that you like. So like you got to, because here's the thing. You will never see me under a comment section under a Stefan and Caroline video on YouTube. You will never see me because they don't interest me. That is not my vibe. That is not my vibe. And you're saying that, oh, I'm tagging Steroline. Yeah, I'm gonna tag Steroline to drive traffic to my video. There are people that do not like Steroline. There are people that do not ship your ship. I'm driving those people. If you find to see my video, just scroll by. Just scroll by. What's the problem? You will never see me under a Damon and Elena video on YouTube. I do not ship them. I do not ship Stefan and Caroline. You will never see me under their videos on YouTube. You will never see me comment on them. Because I'm not miserable like you. Okay? But you do that because clearly you're miserable and clearly you're not secure within yourself. That you have to come into my comment section and start going off. And then come to Twitter and start talking about you're going to put me in my place. You're not putting nobody in nobody's place. Okay? Try to be secure within yourself before you try to put somebody in their place. Okay, sweetie? Now, and yes, because you claim that I called you a doggy. Yeah, you're a doggy. Okay? You're very mad, doggy. Anyway, back to Steroline though, because that's it. That's all I'm gonna give this clown, Miss Sanjay, whatever the hell you are. I don't even know who you are. Anyway, let me just say this. Let me just close this video out with this. Okay. I feel like at the end of the day, I need to state the facts. For me, when I say I like Klaus and Caroline, and when I say I like Stefan and Elena together, I need to also point out the facts. As much as I like Stefan and Elena together, when you look at all the polls, and when you look at all the articles, when you look at all the YouTube videos, and these are just the facts, and there's no shades to my Stelenas, because I love Stelena. Love them down. Like, I actually loved Stelena first before Caroline even came to the picture. But we need to call it like it is. There are way more people that support Damon and Elena together than they do Stefan and Caroline. I'm just going off pure statistics and polls and YouTube videos and all of that. Okay? Those are just the facts. I still ship Stelena. Don't get me wrong. Like that's still my ship. I think I do not like Damon for the life of me. And I might make a video. I don't know, depending on him. It might take a while, but I might make a video on him. But I do not like Damon. I think he's and when Elena turned into a vampire, it was like a whole other thing. So that was that. Caroline, I ship Klaroline, but I also need to call out the stacks too. Guess what? Klaroline is the general public's favorite dummies. This is not just me. And listen, had Klaus and Caroline not been like a huge fan favorite, yeah, I would have said that. I would have said, oh yeah, statistically, like no, like not a lot of people like the ship. They either like Stefan and Caroline together, or they like Klaus and Cammy together. I would have said all of that in my previous videos. But I would still would have said that I still wanted Klaus and Caroline together. That's what I would have said. But you know what I think it is? Why people are so mad too? They hate it because Klaus and Caroline. Hold on, let me get these two uglies out my this ugly ship out my face. Let me show you some real Klaroline content. Let me show you some real Klaroline content. Okay. I think a lot of these sterile losers are mad because Klaus and Caroline are not only you know, they had their moment, whatever, we got the crumbs that we got from, you know, the writers, but still in 2022 a majority of people still love this ship. They think that it's one of the greatest. If you look at literally like hit tweets, polls, articles, YouTube videos, nothing compares to like the momentum, the magnitude, the magnificence of Klaus and Caroline. And those are the facts. I'm only stating the facts. The facts. Okay? The stacks. It's up and it's stuck. Okay? Get with the winning team. Get with the winning team. It's no shade. I'm just calling it like I see it. Okay? I'm just calling it like I see it. Anyway, clearly I'm going to make a lot of you girls and maybe gentlemen or maybe non-binaries mad, pressed, whatever. But please give this video a view. And please give it a like and subscribe. Okay? And you know what? Since motherfuckers want to come at me in my comment section over steroline, I'm going to make sure I nitpick the fuck out of every Stefan and Caroline anything. The videos, I might do it every week if I need to. Okay? Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share my video, guys, if you care. And let's get the discussion popping.